Here in the nation, air quality has gotten so bad in recent years, Koreans are now used to packing a face mask just in case when going out. The damage fine dust does goes beyond inconvenient outings. Studies show it could cause preterm births. For our news features tonight, Kim Hyesung takes a close look into this growing cause of health issues.
Kim Min-hyeun, the mother of a 4-year-old boy, is particularly sensitive to fine dust pollution. Having suffered from terrible headaches, an itchy nose, and pneumonia just this spring, Kim checks the ultrafine dust levels, turns on the air purifier and the ventilator when the air gets bad.
I was shocked to learn that ultrafine dust penetrates the lungs and just stays there. If I become pregnant, I'll need to wear a mask. But then I've heard masks make it harder for the baby to get oxygen. I'll need to eat well, but often I won't be able to ventilate the air in my house after cooking, which causes biomass pollution. I don't think it's a good time to have a baby at the moment, so I've decided to postpone having a second child for now.
Kim also goes online to read up about different ways to protect her and her family from ultrafine dust. Some might say this is an overreaction, but the harmful effects of ultrafine dust, which refers to particles 2.5 micrometers or less in diameter, range from respiratory diseases and itchy eyes to heart disease, and concern is growing by the day. And to add insult to injury, a recent study shows ultrafine dust can be a cause of premature birth, prompting women like Mrs. Kim to postpone the idea of getting pregnant. According to the Stockholm Environment Institute, in 2010, about 2.7 million preterm births globally, or nearly 1 in 5 of all preterm births, were associated with outdoor exposure to ultrafine dust, which the World Health Organization classifies as a carcinogen.
And so we had a calculation using data for 183 countries around the world, and we estimated that about 18% of all of these preterm births are associated with maternal exposure to PM2.5. The significance of this study is that it highlights that air pollution may not just be affecting those that breathe the air directly, but it could also seriously affect the baby in the mother's womb.
Babies born prematurely at less than 37 weeks of gestation can suffer serious health complications.
Ultrafine dust penetrates deep inside the lungs and blood, causing infection in the womb, premature rupture of membranes, and increasing the risk of long-term physical and neurological disabilities.
Preterm births can be caused by various other factors like the mother's age, illness, or poverty, but experts say the fact that ultrafine dust is a contributor raises a red flag.
When in the womb, it's time for the baby's brain to develop. But if a mother is exposed to fine dust or chemical compounds, it can affect the fat that surrounds the brain nerves, which is critical to brain development. Numerous studies now show fine dust could contribute to lower intelligence, autism, and attention deficit disorders.
It's a major concern in Korea, which has the second worst concentrations of ultrafine dust in the OECD, or nearly twice the average of 15 micrograms per cubic meter, according to the Health Effects Institute. In fact, from 1990 to 2015, it rose from 26 micrograms to 29.
We conducted a study on around 1,500 pregnant women and found that every time ultrafine dust increases by 10 micrograms per cubic meter, it cuts pregnancy by 0.16 weeks, and the birth weight of babies falls by 50 milligrams. This may not seem like a big number, but think about it. That's just a result of breathing air. For kids aged 0 to 3, a month of slower growth is huge.
Preterm births are a serious public health concern that's personal to mothers and future moms.
I downloaded a Fine Dust app. I close the windows and stay home with my baby girl even when it's hot. The living environment has changed since my time. I'm worried about what could happen to my child if she breathes the air and when she grows up.
I'm 6 months pregnant. I heard fine dust can cause preterm births. I've been wearing a mask when I go outside. I'm worried.
Experts say it's not yet clear what happens to a baby exposed to ultrafine dust when he or she becomes a teenager, how it affects the risk of vascular diseases or obesity. But one thing's for sure, The effect on babies and the unborn is another powerful reason to cut down on man-made sources of emissions like diesel engines and dirty power plants, and to do it soon. 김혜성, 아리랑 뉴스.